Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a bit of outdoor karting at Whilton Mill. We're doing an open event, which is going to be a practice qualifier, 2 heat races and then a final race. Whether you'll be an A or B final, we'll find out later on in the video. Please guys, remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Enjoy. So back on the track, we're just about to start our practice session, and it becomes quite apparent that the kart we've got for the practice and the qualifying isn't quite up to the job. Really slow. By this guy we've just overtook now, you can see people just start sailing past me left, right and centre. Then there's even occasions somebody comes off on the grass, gets back on the track and then still accelerates me down the straight. So not the best kart to be in for the first 2 sessions, but we do have some good races with it. So the positions are rubbish, we're at the back, but we're having some good racing still. So that's the end of the practice session for us. We did quite poor. We are going to be starting the next race from near the back of the grid. There's 40 karts on track. Sorry, not 40 karts on track, there's 40 karts altogether, but they're only doing 20 karts at a time. And you can sort of get the idea of where you're going to be from how quickly people are going past you. And as you can see now, we're jumped to the start of the race. We are well and truly at the back with a very poor kart, and you just watch the other guys disappearing from right about now. I was a bit slow off the mark, I didn't quite get a good reaction time, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway. I don't think the kart was terrible. But as you'll see in a moment, we do have some good battles. So best chances now are waiting for guys like that guy on the left, just spinning out just so we can get past them. I don't think we're going to be making many overtakes on track. Struggling to keep up with the back of the slowest people, or people that are in really slow karts. So not looking to be the best of days really. This is looking pretty dire at the moment. So fast forwarding a little bit now, just coming up to these 2 guys, having a little fight down on the last corner, which slows them down a little bit, allows me to get some good speed, come up the inside into the first corner, slightly use a bit of a curb on the outside to try and keep the extra speed. But yeah, kart just comes sailing back through. You see we're good in the corners, but when it comes to the speed, the kart just doesn't got it, which is a shame. It's a good example. It was a good race really, and there's another guy spinning off there. So not a bad race, we had a good fun time, but we wasn't really competing at the top. This is sort of at the back of the grid, back of the grid racing. And as we come to the next sequence of corners, I think this is where I was really strong the whole day, is in these next couple of corners here coming up. No matter which kart I was in, I was always gaining a bit of ground on somebody. You see, I just managed to just gain on him, but then he out accelerates me. Even though I come out the corner faster than him, his kart just accelerates past mine still. So it's going to be an uphill battle. Managed to get on the inside into the last corner, a bit risky considering that curve's like a fucking mountain. You don't want to be putting any wheels on it. We made it through, he's come back through again. And yeah, good racing, good racing. Here comes somebody else steaming through. I wasn't putting my hand up to say, what are you doing? I was more putting my hand up to say, why is your kart so damn fast and why is mine so slow? Because that's the speed the kart should be going. So you can see why we're at the back of the grid having a fight. But it still didn't ruin the day, still had a good time racing. As you can see, we're still going to battle it out through most of the corners. That's my favourite 2 corners now. We see it gain again a little bit. So good at gaining through them corners, but on the straights it's not happening for me. keeping it nice and smooth. A bit of speed. We don't use the run off, so we take the shorter line. Probably should have gone around the outside of him, to be fair, looking back on it now, but massively wide then on the exit, trying to keep the speed. It doesn't work for us. So again, back through my favourite set of corners, we'll make up a bit of ground, we're gaining. Sort of his kart will utilise the speed, quick shove from me. I want to try and get a bit more out of it, slowly pulling away a little bit though, with all small corners. So we get it in nice and sharp, nice and early. Try and stick it down the inside into the last corner. Try not to hit the curb. You don't hit the curb of death. Nobody likes hitting the curb of death. Doesn't quite manage to get up the inside of that corner then, so looking good. Or so we think, it's all clear. But I think his kart has still got a little bit more speed than mine, and I didn't really see the point in defending it. We're fighting for last place. There's no point being extra aggressive over last place. His kart's quicker on the straights than mine. Mine's quicker in the corners than this. So, just about having a bit of fun. He is my mate as well. It's not like it's somebody I don't know. We travelled up together to Whilton to have a race, so we're all having a good time. So I tapped that guy then. I didn't really mean to tap him. I'm not too sure why I spun off either, because it was the tiniest of touches, but yeah, I put my hand up to say it's my fault. But you keep an eye out for the guy in the boots on the next race, because he absolutely nails it. So just on the final lap now, coming from my favourite sequence of corners. You can see my mate's pulled off a big gap out in front, so we're not going to be catching him. We're pretty much at the back, apart from a couple of really slow people and the guy we pointed off to go by mistake. So not the best first race, but there will be more to come. We'll have another race coming up next. And so that brings us to the start of race 2. So we're in a different kart, we're in kart 13, which I can tell you now felt 1,000,000 times better than what kart 25 did. And you can see from the off, we're not exactly being overtaken. As a matter of fact, the guy in the blue had our old kart that we've just sailed past on the inside, so we're happy with that. It's good racing here though. We're sticking with him, we're not going to let him through. We're going to try it around the outside of him. But that's the guy in the boots we said watch out for. Whoa! Raise of the hand, I don't think he actually knows what went on. The guy he smashed into was one of my mates, said really bad back and ribs after that, so bit of a bad crash, bit of poor judgment from the guy in the boots there. This guy's not having fun either, coming in. Think twice about it, and I thought twice about it because I thought he looks like the type of person that's just going to turn in on me anyway. So I decided to back out and go for it another time. We did, because we've got plenty of power in this car and we're not stuck behind people anymore with no power. Now what I did notice on kart 13, the brakes were extra awesome as well. What I mean by that, so not just the acceleration and the top speed was good on the kart, but the brakes felt awesome. That you put your foot on the brake and you can feel the kart slowing down, and rather than having no brakes then locked wheels, or having no brakes at all no matter how hard you stamped on it. This kart actually had working brakes that felt fantastic. You could really feel them slowing the kart down underneath you. We get quite experimental with them later on in the race. You can see we're just working our way back towards the pack now though. Cut it so we get a bit closer. So now we're to the pack and just getting ready to pounce. We know we're in a good car, we know we can overtake this guy. So we'll get up to his bumper here. Think about the move on the inside. I probably should have took it because it left us some room, but decided not to. Definitely had the power in the kart to do him on the straights anyway, so I didn't want to risk getting knocked off when I know I could have got the move done here. What we did on the inside, just firing it down there. So far so good. So we skip forward half a lap or two. We've got back behind the pack again after making that overtake. Come through, we're trying to go out on the outside there, but he squeezes us wide a little bit, so we didn't quite manage to get it good. And I leave a little bit of room on the inside for Simon, but I guess he ain't got the car because he doesn't come back through. That leaves us pretty much to go after this guy in the red in front. Just want to point out the guys racing in these races, they're quite good. They do a lot of club races here, and I think some of them are in the rugby kart club and stuff like that as well. But I did bring two of my mates with me that don't kart very often, and I think there was a small group of people that haven't karted before that are also on track as well. So a good mix of talent on track, so not too bad. Let's see, we caught up quite good then in that section of corners, and we're catching the rest of the pack as well. So we're not doing bad from the back of the grid in this race. Again, we were looking to take the inside, didn't risk it, because I know we've got the speed. Come out wide, everyone else has gone on the inside to cover everybody else off. We sail round 2, around the outside on Christmas. What a move. That was a good move. I was enjoying that. But however, feel a bit happy on the brakes. Not my finest move. Like I said earlier on with this one, the brakes were feeling really good, so I was trying to brake later and later into the corners and less because the kart was really slowing down just by touching the brakes, which might sound odd, or not odd. It might sound like that's what happens when you touch the brakes, but no, some of the karts you can stamp on the brakes and it feels like not a lot's happening. This one, you touched them a little bit and they were really slowing down like in the wheels. So bit of a spin off there, my fault. Went a bit hot into that bottom hairpin or whatever you call it. I'm not too sure what the corner name is down there. It's the one that's on the international circuit. Everyone wants to fill me in with the name, but yeah, got a bit happy on the brakes. Brakes a little bit too late. I risked crashing into the guy in front of me, which I didn't want to do. I want to try and keep it clean, so decided to put a little bit more brake pressure on, and that's when the back end just come round on me, as it has to many of people before. So I'm just gonna skip to the last lap. This is the last lap of the this is the second race, so this is heat 2. Yeah, so just on the last lap we have caught some of the guys back up again, but that little spin off really hurt us, and you could see the people just sailing past and doing all the hard work we put in earlier on in the race. So a bit disappointing. Last racing, and I'm not used to these outdoor karts. If you watch my videos you'll see I mainly race indoor, slightly different karts, different brakes and that sort of stuff, and the tracks, an outdoor track's totally different to an indoor track as well, so I'm not too disheartened about it. I'm still a proper amateur when it comes to outdoor racing, or even indoor racing. I consider myself an amateur, so we're not doing too bad. But we did manage to catch the guys up, but that should be the last lap. Okay, that was the second from the last lap. So this is definitely the last lap. You can see we're really pushing it as well. Really try and use all the run off there. Just desperately trying to catch these guys in front, just so I can claw back at least one more place. I'm not doing too bad. It's this corner that I don't like now, this one coming up. It can be a really tricky corner sometimes, especially when you're really pushing it. I think the only other time I've raced that corner was when it was wet about a year ago, and that was my first time around when we were in the piss and wet rain. So it's even worse in the wet. Yeah, if you drove it in the wet, then you know it's not the best corner to take on slicks when it's raining. Fighting with the kart a little bit, desperately trying to catch up with these, but too little too late as we collect the checkered flag and cross the line for the end of the race. So the race wasn't too bad. I only made one mistake, but that's all you need to make. Bit of thumbs up to Nigel. It's my fault he's behind me, because when I had the spin off I didn't apply the brakes and rolled back a little bit, and he went wide and ended up coming off himself because of me. So sorry to Nige, didn't really mean it, mate. I'm sure we'll have many more races and fight it out. To be fair, we had a good battle after that, me and Nigel, because we both had really competitive karts. So we were fighting it out while we were catching up with these, and it was still enjoyable. So this is it. This is the final race. This is the B final. So we didn't quite make it through to the A final based on our shocking kart in qualifying in race 1. And then race 2 we were doing well. I reckon we could have made it into the A final if we didn't spin out due to my own crappy driving and inexperience in the outdoor karts. But it is what it is, and we are where we are. I'll just skip forward to the start. So we skipped forward a little bit because we were waiting for ages for people to get into position. A good minute or two. We're still waiting now. As you can see closely at the front, there's actually 3 karts lining up at the front. I'm not too sure why that is. I remember seeing the guy drive down, straight down the middle and get in that middle spot. So I don't know if he got put out of position and marshals are just compensating for it or what. But yeah, we're still waiting. The red lights come on, so we're getting ready. We're going to go any second now. So a bit of a better reaction than the very first race, but quite as good as the second race. I don't feel too bad at this minute. Knocked slightly then, really our fault. Make up a few places on the first corner, so it's always looking good. Sort of tagged that guy there from behind, it was really my fault. I have to take that one on the chin, sorry dude. See a kart go out wide, that's actually my mate. Andy went out wide there. He's not doing too bad though. We're still fighting it out. Cut it back up and around the outside of him now, if we can. The kart just didn't quite have the legs on the exit. Didn't want to risk doing it through braking, and then we get tagged off ourselves. So a bit of bumping going on. What goes around comes around now. We tagged somebody else just a couple of corners before and spun them off, so yeah, it happens. First lap drama, can't really moan. It's just one of them, isn't it? So we skip forward half a lap or so, just so we can get back in the action. You can see my mate re-entering the track. He actually got spun off by somebody a bit ahead of us. But as you see from now until the end of the race, we have a really good battle going on between us. I think we're fighting over 7th and 8th place. So we're about mid-pack, just a little bit higher than mid-pack. It's still a good race. We'd like to have been at the front, but you know, it's just one of them. See, he's happy he's overtook me, he gives it a little wave and goes up on the grass anyway. Try to sneak it back past him. He's got a good line and he holds it, makes us back out. But that's it, it's the race on. I'm pretty sure the marshal said only 2 wheels are allowed over that runoff. You can't stick your whole kart over it. I come down to my strongest corner, or I think it is my strongest corner. Didn't quite get it through there, we're all over the place, up on both curbs. So couldn't get the drive we needed. He goes massively wide onto the grass again, lets us go down the inside into the last corner, just skipping that curb of death on the outside, on the inside on the way in rather. We're looking for him, waiting for him to come back past. I think he has a slightly better kart than us. Too bad through there. We're looking but we can't see him, but I get a funny feeling he's really close. What I can remember the race, I can just see him at the corner of my eye, but you can't really pick it up on these GoPro cameras. The camera's a slightly narrower view than what your eyesight is. So we managed to hold position for a couple of laps. We've been racing hard, but a slight little mistake into that corner and he just slips up the inside of me. Nothing I could do apart from not make the mistake in the first place. Come out a bit wide then, just try and get a bit of overspeed off it, but it's not. It didn't help us at all really. Desperately now trying to catch back up, trying to get a move done. See, it was a lot better through that corner then. I think them three or four laps behind us, we showed them what line to take and not the line over the grass. Still super wide on there though. I don't know how we got away with that after that. Pretty sure the marshal said when you get four wheels over the line there, you're off the track. See, we're both coming up nice to overtake this guy in front. Managed to get a good bit of speed off that last corner. Just sit behind these two, bide my time, see which one's going to move. So we've got the move done. He's been off the front now, just seeing well we could go. That was the guy we knocked off earlier on in the race. I feel like I should be fighting him that hard. He seems really quick as well. Look behind from the guy in front, he knows we're there, he knows we're going to want to come through at some point. That's it, we managed to come. We've got a little bit more grip in this car. So we got the move done, now it's time to catch back up with these two in front. I really do love that sequence of corners. It's got to be my favourite couple of corners on this track. So skipping forward a few laps again, see these two going wheel to wheel into Christmas. My mate Andy actually comes off a bit worse, allows us to manage to catch up that little bit closer. Can't quite get nothing down the inside, didn't quite have the speed there. I think he's still taking all four wheels off the track. Don't know how he's getting away with that at this point because he's done it every single lap that I've been behind him. Favourite sequence of corners, we see two karts there, 1, 2. Just spun off. I think that was one of the guys that spun me earlier on in the race. So what goes around comes round, and I'm sure I got spun off because I spun somebody else off. So I do mean it when I say what goes around comes around. See, we're desperately trying to get up the bumper of this guy in front. I'm all the way off the track then, probably a bit naughty. They do say they give you 3 chances. What's the point in having 3 chances if you're not going to use up 2 or 3 of them? We put four wheels off then, just trying to get that extra speed, trying to catch him up. Some good racing though. Favourite 2 corners. See the difference it makes. Absolutely flying through them corners. I wish I could take the rest of the corners like that. I might have Whilton nil nailed if I could do that, or at least be better. See, right up to the bumper now. Crouched down behind the wheel, trying to get everything we can out of the car. Still didn't quite have it though. Managed to get a better line through this corner though. Still pulling away, so a bit frustrating. I'm really trying to put some effort in to get past him now. Some good racing though. This was good fun, this was. I do really enjoyed this last race. I know it was only the B final, I would have liked to have been in the A, but putting that aside, the actual racing experience was top notch. It was brilliant. You see them two are fighting a little bit now, which allows me to get a bit closer. Just to carry that speed through, but I had to get off it because the guy in front didn't really help me out then. take a different line through the last couple of corners. Didn't really want to risk sticking up the inside and getting knocked off again then. And he's going to make a move, but wasn't quite up the side of him. They both get a bad exit off the corner though. It allows me just to squeeze in here, which I remember thinking this is risky, and then we're through, so not too bad. Still trying to get past Hooper in front though. Massively wide again into that corner, so we can close the gap on our favourite two corners, this one and the next one. Which we do a bit. Look at that sky above, absolutely beautiful. No need for the clear visors on that Saturday. That Christmas corner we've just gone through, there's a bit of a bogey corner for me in the last couple of races I've done. I always seem to have a little spin there, but I can confirm in the whole day, so every race, I didn't have a spin at Christmas for a change, so I feel like I'm improving on the track. I'm on these outdoor tracks, definitely making less mistakes, definitely got a bit of speed when I get in the right kart as well, so just sort of need it all to come together at the right time for me, and perhaps I could get a win in at Whilton, at least in a heat or something like that. I'll be happy with that, and that's where I'm aiming for. So just try and get in the top three and stay in the top three for now. Take plenty of curb on the entrance into that first corner, which is something we're not used to doing. Like I say, you watch my videos quite often, you'll see I only really do indoor karting. You don't really have any curbs to abuse on indoor karting, so it's nice to come outdoors and feel what the curbs are all about, because you can definitely get a bit more off them sometimes. There's some of them that you really just don't want to hit at all, and there's some of them that it just doesn't even feel like you've gone over them. So pretty evenly matched on that lap, not too bad. Onto the rumble strips. Makes a bit of noise, but you want to feel the vibrations in the karts when you go over them. You guys haven't raced before, or you're new to my videos or new to racing, go over that exit curb at Whilton. Oh god, your whole body vibrates. So we're going to cut now. This is the final lap of the race. The race, not just the heats, this is the race, the B-farm. Sitting in 7th and 8th for me on the hoop lap, so not really too bad. We've both been spun off by somebody, so we are a little bit behind where we should be really. All in all, not too bad. We've had a good battle, quite a good race with each other. So a good battle, just massively buoyant. This is the last lap. I've tried everything I can to get a bit more extra speed out of the kart, so I can get a bit closer through my favourite two corners, which are really there, but they didn't quite work out for us. If we did the same, we were only going to do the same distance beyond them anyway, and we might as well have tried something a bit special and get that at the top. As you can see, he's had a little off himself, so it's come down to the last corner. Tried to squeeze it through him, but he blocked me off. I didn't want to go up on the curb, also didn't want to smash into him either. I think I scared him a little bit because he didn't think I was going to come through. But he's happy with that. You see him pointing, he's thinking, you mad bastard. I was just laughing my head off to him. Good race, good quality race. Thoroughly enjoyed it. We go back to Whilton soon. but not until they've got new karts. Can't be doing dodgy kart until one race, and then you get one race in a good car. Anyway though guys, thanks for watching. We have got another video lined up. I'm just currently editing now. It's a, what is it? Oh, it's GP1 from Coventry, team sport. So back to the indoors. Already had the race. Haven't done the GP1 race before. We've only really done the GP2, so keep an eye out for that. That's going to be coming up soon. And I'll remind you guys, please like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It'll make a massive difference. Thank you. Cheers for watching. We'll be back soon.